Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the SmoovePlayz podcast. I'm Austin, aka Austin Plays, joined by Dean, aka Mr. Smooth. And Dean, it's been a heck of a Sunday. We we had some history between the Broncos and the Giants, 33 points in a single quarter to complete a just historic comeback. Like
I
it,
had
it's insane.
yeah, I was watching the game and went 26-8, and then it was movie time after that. I was like, you know what? I'm watching a movie with my girl, and then I look at the score 10 minutes later and Denver was winning. So, crazy game.
Yeah, insane game. But we got Monday Night Football now, and we got two games. First one that we're gonna be talking about in this video, we got the Tampa Bay Bucks going to Detroit, playing the Lions. This is a battle for the number one spot in the NFC.
Yeah, it is. And these are just two of the most entertaining teams in the NFL, especially just with these high-flying offenses. We see the Rondé Barber jersey, we see the Mike Evans jersey, so I'll let you do a lot of the Bucks breakdown. What do you think the Bucks have to do here to go into Detroit? And let's be honest, Detroit's 9-2 in their last 11 home games, averaging 37 points per game. So this is a tough place to play.
Yeah, I mean, well, you kind of already you said it. I mean, it's a tough place to play. They average a bunch of points at home. So, I mean, we got to find a way to slow down this Lions offense because if there's anybody that can keep up with the Lions in scoring, the Bucks are one of those teams that I think could do it with Baker. A big thing we got is Mike Evans, I believe, is coming back. He is going to be playing. I didn't expect it, but there's also potential for Emeka Ibuka, our young rookie, who looks like a top five wide receiver when he's on the field. Um, he might be playing as well, so he's listed as questionable. If we could have both of them on the field in this one, that would be nice. But we'll see. I think slowing down this offense though has to be priority number one, and how we're gonna do that, it has to be this that two-headed monster at running back for Detroit between Jahmyr Gibbs and Monty.
Yeah, I think that is the key for the Bucks stopping that run game because that just opens up everything for Jared Goff and the Lions. I mean, we know they have good receivers on the outside, but they love setting up that play action, and then that's when you start getting the deep shots to Jameson. That's when you start getting the Laporta wheel routes, and then you get a little David Montgomery toss, halfback pass, and then that's when they start feeling good about themselves. So I agree with you there. I want to ask you about these Bucks injuries. I know you mentioned Mike Evans coming back. I do think Ibuka playing is huge in this game because I think he's the best receiver on the team this year. And obviously Bucky being out, but Rashad White has done a great job of filling in. And you kind of said it. Rashad White is a very skilled running back, and people forget that he had a 1,000-yard season as a starting running back. He's a very good player. So I don't think missing Bucky Irving really hurts them as much as people think, maybe because they have a lot of depth at running back. Um, do you think they can match up on the outside with this Detroit team though, with Amon-Ra, Laporta, and Jamison Williams?
I It's hard to say because we are very young still. Jamel Dean had a pretty good game last week. He had a pick to seal the game for us last week. Zion McCollum, I don't remember if he's going to be playing or not. But that's a guy that I do have a lot of faith in. I think he's a really good player if he ends up playing for us. But and then we got two rookies with Jacob Parrish and um, Benjamin Morrison. And both of these guys are playing, or they've played pretty well for us. I mean, Morrison has a small sample size, but when he's on the field, he's played well. But Jacob Parrish looks like one of the best, he's playing like one of the best nickel corners, I think, in the NFL right now. So I think we do have guys. Obviously, it's hard to say we match up well against Amon-Ra and JMO, and then you got Laporta it's hard to say for anybody that, oh yeah, we match up well against guys like that.
But
Um, but I don't think that's like a weak spot for us that can just get exposed if that makes any sense. So I think if we can priority slow down the run, like I said earlier, we got guys on the outside and then the back end of our defense that we got guys that can make plays for us. So I think we will be okay if we can minimize that rushing game.
okay, I hear you there. One name that we haven't mentioned yet that I think we have to before we make our picks is Baker Mayfield and the level that he's playing at. Because if you had to pick an NFL MVP, let's just take out the Chiefs versus Raiders game. Let's act like that didn't happen. But without watching that game, you got to go with Baker. I mean, Mahomes has an extra game, so we'll see what Baker does tonight. But I think he'd probably be my MVP pick right now.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you watch any of the football that the Bucks have been playing, there's not a question through the first 6 games of the season who the MVP of the NFL should be. Um, like it's insane. Like he's coming into this year, he was, I believe, the most clutch quarterback in the NFL, and he's done nothing but add to that resume this season. I mean, it's just time and time again. Like, game on the line, you want the ball in Baker's hands more than anybody else, I think, in the NFL right now. Just the way, like, I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. It's something about him. He's not the biggest, he's not the fastest, he's not the strongest, but damn it, he's gonna go out there and get the damn job done.
Well, we could talk about too how he's just a great leader. But yeah, you're right. The plays that he's making, guys hanging on his back, making guys miss and running for 30 yards. You got to be happy for a guy like Baker because the situation that happened with the Browns, first QB to win a playoff game in like a million years, and then they just send him off like 2 seasons later, and then he gets cut by Carolina. And that random Thursday night game they started for the Rams actually was like the Bucks were like, okay, I think we can
Yeah.
make this work with this guy. And man, has have they been right? So got to give credit to him. But all right, I'm gonna let you go first here. See if you drop a bomb on us. Who are you going with the game?
Well, first off, I mean, can I just acknowledge how disrespectful this line is? 6.5 points? I mean, I understand it honestly, so I'm not gonna say it's disrespectful, but it's a little crazy to put the number one team in the NFC coming into this week as a touchdown underdog. Like no matter who you're playing. I think it's kind of wild if you ask me. So I think looking at the value of the pick just unbiasedly, I think taking the Bucks plus 6.5 is a good value pick. But I think that the Bucks winning the game is the most value, and the Bucks are. I think they got a good shot at winning this game. For the Lions, they're going to be missing Brian Branch, who at the end of last week got into that scuffle with Juju and Mahomes, and I don't know. I mean, I don't know what he was thinking. I know he was probably pissed off about something that happened earlier in the game, but it's just something you can't do because now you're missing and your team's missing you in one of the biggest games of the year for your team. Terry and Arnold is out as well, and you got DJ Reader who's questionable, Ali McNeil, so the inside of their defense is a little banged up. Kirby Joseph is out. The Lions are they're not all the way healthy either, so I think this is a good spot. If the Bucks, like I said, with Mike Evans and potentially Igbuka playing, I think we can get points on the board and be able to keep up with this Lions offense.
Yeah, I do like you saying that we can put up points on the board. I honestly, if I had to put my favorite play in the game, I don't love Detroit minus 6.5, like you said. I would take Tampa, but I could also see Detroit just scores a lot of points, so maybe they score a late touchdown and win by 10 or something like that. So I don't like either of those. I just like the over. I think both these defenses are banged up, like you mentioned. Um, I have a lot of faith in Detroit to score a lot of points, and I have a lot of faith in the Bucks to score a lot of points. But my pick for the game is going to be the Detroit Lions. If you remember the last time the Tampa Bay Buccaneers went into Detroit, they went in there and won in Detroit. I think it was what, last season, early in the year, like week 3 or
Yeah, it was
something.
pretty early last year.
Um, the Dan Campbell and these guys aren't going to forget that. They're going to remember that they came into Detroit last time and won. They're not going to let that happen again. And also, fun little fact about Baker Mayfield. While he is playing at the number one MVP level, I got to mention it. He's 1-0 this season so far in Houston, but he's 2-7 in his career on Monday Night Football. Baker doesn't like playing on Mondays. He likes playing on Sundays, Austin.
Any given Monday, Dean. Any given Monday. That's all I'm gonna say, buddy.
I hear you.
All right. Well, I think the only thing left to do now is for you to hit us with a touchdown score. I mean, all these points, Dean. Who's getting them?
Yeah, all these points, and I'm looking for value. I actually do like one touchdown score. I do like is Rashad White. I think he'll get in the end zone. We talked about that, the interior, the Lions defense being banged up. But the guy I'm taking, and I don't know why, I just like his game, and I just love watching him play, and he's just a human highlight reel. Jameson Williams. I love watching Jameson Williams. I see the Lions maybe getting a couple runs with Jahmyr Gibbs, get around the 50, play fake, take a deep shot to him. I got a Jameson Williams touchdown.
All right, JMO it is, and then I mean you threw out Rashad White, and that's who I was gonna pick. I think banged up on the interior, we get down to the goal line, just hand it off to Rashad White, easy touchdown. I think that's gonna happen at some point in this game. So I like Rashad White scoring a touchdown here in this one.
Yes, sir.
But that's gonna conclude this Monday night episode between the Bucks and Lions. Um, leave a like if you enjoyed the video down in the comment section. Let us know your thoughts on our picks for this game, who you're rooting for, what you agree with, what you don't agree with. And then subscribe if you're not, because a little bit later tonight, we're going to be throwing out our Texans and Seahawks, which is our second Monday night game that we got for tonight. And it's a little bit later. That game starts at 10 Eastern. So. Uh, might be up late or later than usual watching that one.
Yeah, for sure.
But make sure you're subscribed so that way you don't miss it. And then, like I said, let us know down in the comments who you're taking and like if you enjoyed the video. That pretty much should conclude this episode. So I got nothing, Dean. If you got nothing else, we'll see you all in the next one. Peace.
Peace.